Welcome, Shemi. Welcome, Milanu. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, In. Welcome, Alicia. Welcome to the 27th day of Hyper Performance. It's a dream, a dreamer. It's a dreamer, I tell. Dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small that you can focus on it. Start very small. You can build a discipline around it. Start very small. It is very easy for you to master that. So once you are ready with your skill, you have mastered and you have focus and you have a discipline around it. Believe me, you're going to bring in magics around the world. And I can see a high performance entrepreneur in you. Dear friends, today I have the moderator who is going to take this program forward, Jasir Alavi, who has been helping me on building my LinkedIn. So he helped me achieve my LinkedIn top voice, community badge, and today we are going to talk more about the community badge here, and the top voice will be touched. So hopefully, in this 100 days there will be an exclusive top voice also. How it has to be worked out. Two things are entirely separate. So to take this discussion forward, I would like to hand over the stage to Jasir Alavi. Jasir, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Kabir. It's nice to be here again, and welcome everyone. Um, Today's topic is an interesting one. It's about LinkedIn top voice. It's a secret revealed how to be an LinkedIn top voice. So we have two distinguished, I said three distinguished top voice, community top voice here. We have Kabir, who is a top voice in startup. We have Hamand, who is a top voice in leadership, and Shiju is a top voice in personal branding. So let me introduce them briefly. Here we have Shiju, who's a personal branding expert. He has transitioned himself in LinkedIn from last 24 months. He's from the ITS industry. He's transitioned from that to a content creator. He's been certified as a marketing insider from LinkedIn. And around 2 months back, he got a top community voice for personal branding, branding strategy, and content strategy. So, yeah, that's Siju Roy here. And we have Hamand Jain, who's a top voice in leadership, and he loves to deliver results for the team. So he's a success coach. He's a life and career transformation coach. He's been coaching SMEs and startups. He's also an Amazon bestseller author, keynote speaker, behavior and soft skills trainer, and change management consultant, and has over 20 years of experience in multiple countries and industries. So definitely call Hamand. Welcome, Hamand.
Yes, thank you very much.
So let's start off. Tell us about the top voice thing. There's so much buzz around it these days, so we thought we'd take up this topic as early as possible. So tell us about it.
Absolutely. So I think LinkedIn has transformed quite a lot in the last few years, and what began as the top voice initiative by LinkedIn was to recognize the absolutely topmost influential people across the world on LinkedIn, and quite a few people got picked up. And Then to take this initiative even further, LinkedIn came out with the community top voice, in which they said there are so many different subject areas that we can declare top voices in those subject areas. So, for example, I got the top voice tag for leadership. I also have it for communication as well as for public speaking. So LinkedIn actually recognized me as a top voice in three different areas. Now the beauty is LinkedIn shows on our profile, it can only show one tag at a time. So if I want to switch, I can switch anytime to a communication or a public speaking top voice or a leadership top voice on display. But these are the three I have. And I think at the core, the attempt from LinkedIn is to recognize authority, credibility, and in some ways also the wisdom offered by people in relevant areas. And the method they picked up was the collaborative articles. They are looking at contributions made and the content created by individuals, and that is where they are actually inviting people to collaborative articles. And collaborative articles is some place where they have their own metrics for number of contributions as well as number of out of those contributions, which ones are getting the let's say the likes or people marking those contributions as insightful. So which tells them that okay, not only there is quantity of contribution but also quality of contribution. And based on their own algorithm and numbers, they one of those days they see okay, the person has crossed a certain threshold of contribution, meaningful contribution, and they award the top voice tag in that particular subject area. So that's what is happening, and it's a very interesting thing, and brings in good visibility for the people who are getting the top voice. Their content also gets greater visibility, and more people now see that content because, of course, they see a top voice tag also attached to it. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Hamant. Shiju, what's your take on this the top voice thing? And I see that you have also multiple badges, four of them, and tell us about it.
Thank you. And uh, well, I would agree with what Hemanji have just said. Initially, when LinkedIn was appreciating for the top voice for the niche creators, there are two type of top voice what LinkedIn is offering currently. One with a blue tag, which is top voice, which is through invitation only. From the LinkedIn's end. The other one with the golden bulb, which we call it as golden bulb or a top community voice through the collaborative articles. As Hemanji have clearly said, there are specific skills and the attributes every person who is on LinkedIn, and this gets activated once we start consistently providing or contributing value towards community. Once a collaborative articles gets you know those attributes get started, and we can start contributing to those collaborative articles. In fact, the collaborative articles are taken out from the topics that is widely covered through AI. And what LinkedIn is doing a purpose over here is to add a human touch through the contribution from the creators, which they get recognized once our our content gets enough reach in terms of insightful top votes or the likes which we get it. There's a different complete metrics about it, which is calculated as per the AI. And what I felt is like this is actually a good platform where once you start contributing towards the collaborative articles, you can showcase yourself as a thought leader for that particular niche or that particular segment. For example, Hemanji have already received top voice in the leadership. Then definitely people will look up to him as a thought leader in the leadership niche. Kabir sir has received in startup, or myself have received in various funnels of branding, personal branding, or content strategy. So people will start looking up to us as a thought leader. And what I believe is like all this have happened because we started contributing value to the community. That's why the community has selected or brought us as a top voice, which LinkedIn has recognized us.
Right, right. So we have these, two types of badges, like you mentioned. One was the LinkedIn Top Voice badge, which is by invitation only and usually goes to senior level experts and leaders. And I think it was called LinkedIn Influencer before, right?
Right. It was initially called as LinkedIn influencer. I guess after the COVID the era, 2019, it got changed from influencer to top voice.
Top voice, and so that is by invitation only, and it goes to the top leaders, and I think it's vetted by the editors, LinkedIn editors as well. And we have the community top voice badge, the golden bulb thing that you mentioned, which this is one that you can earn by making noteworthy contributions to articles on LinkedIn. I think specifically in particular skill areas that you choose to interact with. So Kabir, how was your experience achieving this?
I think you coached, you did all the work for me since you were coaching me. And apart from that, it's the same thing. Like Hemant and Shiju told, that is, we contribute to the articles, and after that, the depends on the relevance. The algorithm picks you up.
Right. I mean, my question was more about like how did that affect? Has it affected how the way how people have been approaching you?
Yes, once after the badge, the number of queries I get or number of clients I get from LinkedIn has been very specific to the badge I put there. So since I have only startup and I'm only focusing on startup, so now I get all my clients much more easier from there. So that's one thing which I think, since LinkedIn is shifting from a resume bank, which it was long before, it is moving to a solopreneur platform. So in this 1.5 years, what I've noticed is all the changes that is coming is for engagements throughout this like platform. So one thing is what they brought is for anyone who is like putting them up here, it's much more easier to connect on what skills they have.
Right, and that was, I think, a great move from LinkedIn to start that process of, letting people contribute to various areas, various industries, various skill and expertise areas, contribute their knowledge and perspective. Hemant, what's your take on that?
So I think LinkedIn traditionally was the place for professionals to network. Few business owners were there. And over a period of time, that increased. I think as they became more of content-driven platform, uh, articles, people could post their articles. It was still left to the users to post their content. LinkedIn was promoting it, but couldn't really control the generation of content. I think the collaborative articles became its own attempt to drive creation of more content and more meaningful content. While that is happening, I do have this small thing in my mind that it is ultimately AI generated articles. So what starts off the primary article, which is a very short article with only 4 or 5 paragraphs, small paragraphs, is at the core generated by AI, and then it is super enhanced by human input. So which is where all the collaborators and the contributors come in. And I've been doing this for some time, but my most recent experience was that there was an article on business coaching, and as a business coach, I was contributing to it. And when I went through that core article, the contribution by individuals was great, but the primary article, which was generated by AI, it did not address the very topic it was supposed to. So it was about business coaching, and it did not even mention business coaching. It mentioned business coaches, and it mentioned coaching. So my first comment on that article actually was, somebody from LinkedIn team, if you're reading this, you should actually pull down this article or actually rewrite the core article. So, and this might be just one example, because that's one example I've come across, but that is a potential pitfall of using only AI to generate the articles without a human intervention of either filtering, reading, approving, or those things. The other thing which I've seen also is, and that might be a result of, this might be what has led to this happening is, earlier there were some actually limited number of categories in which there were articles. Now the article categories have expanded quite a lot. So earlier there might have been about 20, 30, which went up to 50. I think now those numbers are very, very high. The actual categories in which the articles are being posted. So somewhere LinkedIn, while it is pushing for very good content being created, I think one key aspect will have to be that they will have to keep a good eye and close watch on the quality of the core articles.
Right, right. So basically, if they had a editorial team, they'd probably need to hire a big team, because the areas these days are like too vast, right? I mean, within marketing, there are a lot of subsections that they've defined, and right. So probably that's the reason why they kept did the AI thing, just to get started with something, and then right.
No, I'm just to say, add one to that. Using AI to kick off articles is a good idea. I mean, we are living the AI era, so why not use of it? But I would say that there needs to be at least some mechanism where if I have posted a comment or I have downvoted an article, somebody should be looking at it and taking some corrective action, because that is in the interest of having quality material on LinkedIn. That's my take.
That's so true. That's so true. Shiju, what's your opinion on that? Like AI to get started, and then getting perspective from people. Is that the right, or do they need to moderate it more?
Well, yeah, I would also recommend that they should start looking seriously in moderating the contents. And as Hemanji was mentioning, that of course these articles are coming from the AI, and that itself is showing a huge thing, that AI can't evoke emotions. They can only play with the words. They can create a content, but that's exactly, as a human, what we are contributing. We are creating emotions. We are sharing our experience across the platform. These are the basic questions which people usually, if we look into the collaborative articles, all the questions or all the prompts are basically searched in the Google. Say how to build a personal brand, or what are the basic marketing funnels. These are searched by a lot of youngsters these days in Google, and they pick up these prompts. And one of the sessions with the LinkedIn editors team, LinkedIn editor India team, we were told that they use these prompts after a research on which topic people are searching a lot. And collaborative articles do a great job out here, because when a person starts contributing, they start contributing their experience, their knowledge, and that's how it is going on. That's my take.
Right. So, yeah. So, for those who have just come up, welcome to today's talk. Cassandra, Juliet, Fatima, Patty, Umar. I'm just saying, calling out a few names. Thank you for joining us. Please raise your hands if you'd like to come up and to speak. We can, bring you up. And I'd also remind everyone to follow each other, connect with people. This is a great place to grow your network with like-minded people and who are active in their domains. Let's get back to the topic. So, the community top voice, if I'm right, it's active for 60 days once you receive it, right? So, and you need to keep contributing to stay active on that, right? Let me just start by asking you, like, what was Shiju? What was your which is the first one that you achieved, and how did it feel?
The first one I got was for the personal branding, which I think it's been more than 2 months now, and I was overwhelmed because that was the time where it LinkedIn started slowly rolling out to the people out in India. Initially, when I saw the other creators whom I follow, they were top voices, and when they started slowly rolling out in India, I was overwhelmed because, of course, that was an opportunity because that was building my own brand. Like Kabirji has said, saying that once we get this golden bulb, we are showing our niche where we are expertise in that particular area, and we started, the conversion started happening faster.
All right. So, did it immediately give you that sense, give you that what do you call that, like an authentication for you, or like validating you, like as a like community top voice that it how many times more like how easy did it make for you to approach clients, or did it bring clients to you?
Well, for me, it was like I was not into outreach. I mean, I was not an outbound guy. But once I started getting this community top voice, people started recognizing me, and I used to get initially. I used to get a lot of DMs asking how to become a top voice, a LinkedIn top voice, and later those people have started becoming my own clients, which got converted, and luckily I believe couple of them even they have become the top voice in their niche.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful to help people achieve and many of them, they are already experts, and getting this really truly helps them to show show off their talents and skills. Hamid, which one? What was your first one? How when did you get that?
So mine was communication. And for me, the first one came actually without a plan. I have been writing on LinkedIn very consistently for the last 1.5 year. And I was looking at a lot of these collaborative articles popping up on my timeline where people were contributing to it. I enjoyed reading them, but I had no way of contributing to them. So I could only engage with a like or an insightful comment, like an insightful mark on them. And then one day I get an invitation to to contribute to collaborative articles. So that was a surprise. And once I started doing it, it felt pretty good. I started looking at those articles where I could provide some meaningful content, and that's what I focused on. And then suddenly one day, one of my friends sends me a message, congratulations for getting this. I said, what? When? I did not even realize it had happened because it appeared on my profile. And I mean, we don't visit our own profile, right? We go to LinkedIn, we see
Right.
the theme of content, and we log off. We don't really go to our own. And so I never realized it. So it was probably 3-4 days, it was still there, and I did not even know about it. Only after that friend told me. That's the first time it happened, and it was like a beautiful moment. I posted about it. A lot of messages came in about, oh, great thing happening. A lot of people who had seen me active, they said, oh, better late than never. Finally, this has come, and things like that. But then, as my contributions I was still making those contributions to the communications related article. And since I've worked with leadership, I've worked in change management. Whenever I found these other articles, I kept contributing to them too. And that's when I discovered that there are so many of these categories and there are so many articles. So I think it became a routine for me to contribute to about at least two, three, or four articles on a daily basis on diverse subjects. I did not just stick to one subject. And 2 weeks later, leadership happened. And most recently, just about 2 weeks ago, even public speaking came on. I've been a Toastmaster for so many years, and
Right.
2 3 years of consulting means a lot of public speaking already done. So I was writing there also. So yeah, I mean, it's a kind of natural progression for me. If I look back at it, yes, there was method to the madness. It was just that I was not following a plan. It did happen for me.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
I think quality of the content which you put in there plays a significant role, because while I have been contributing to articles, I also look at what other people are writing in the comments, and you begin to see some sort of patterns in those places. Uh, there are these two three people, I notice them commenting in a lot of places, and I read their comments and I realize that they have actually put some prompt in a chat gpt and
Right.
copied and
Right.
pasted it as it is. Like, I mean, nowadays we can actually sense a chat gpt kind of output, whereas
That's
there are
very true. Yeah. Very true. Yeah.
real, intelligent, meaningful comments. And that is where I think the quality assessment happens. People like those comments or mark them as insightful. And that is what leads to the ultimate awarding of the top voice, top community voice tag to a person. That's LinkedIn's way of assessing without putting humans at it, because ultimately, as you said, the number of collaborative articles is very large, and so would be the number of contributors. So I think algorithm is what is deciding who gets the tag.
Right. And what about the number of, I've seen that there's the place to for other people to like your contribution. Do you think that contributes?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that is, I mean, I would perceive that being a primary driver of you getting the top voice thing, because that is the only measure of quality of your input.
Right.
Because I could go on LinkedIn and start contributing to articles and not stop until LinkedIn stops me. So that is also true. LinkedIn does not allow you to contribute indefinitely to collaborative articles. Otherwise, people would start gaming the whole system, go in there, flood all the collaborative articles with their content. So it stops you after a certain number of comments that you have made. So
Right.
that to the quality assessed by the likes and insightful, because I keep getting these alerts in notification that so and so person has found your comment insightful or has liked your comment. So I think that becomes the criteria.
True, and I was just talking to Kabir about that today morning when we discussing the topic for today's event. That how genuine posts. I mean, how people have been using like AI to generate posts, and a lot of these perspectives that are like AI generated. So,
Yes.
so yeah, so genuine posts. They're really really important. Yeah, I think Kabir just dropped. I was just going to ask him. Are you there, Kabir?
We
So
can see
sorry,
Kabir.
I
Yeah,
was there, but again, the LinkedIn audio
yeah,
recording just got out. Can you repeat it,
right.
Paula?
Yeah, I was just saying that like the importance of being genuine on this platform, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So I would like to comment on one thing, like initially on the AI generation, Hemant and Chiju was telling. So after that, I'll come to this. So first, I think why this was done is generative content. So this is something similar, kind of Quora kind of thing, which I think on specific topics, which The AI is generating from all the topics which they take from the contents being generated in LinkedIn. And apart from that, other thing which I think is that they will have the headers set. After that, the next thing is that the quality of content will keep on changing depending on the contribution to the article. So now, if there is a new contribution, there is a new badge or a new topic that's coming in, what happens is that whoever comes there first tags will be identified, because this is a fully the community is fully an automated system, because that is what they're expecting, a huge number of submissions for all the articles, and then building this to a this is mainly building the AI, like we are teaching the AI, so we are contributing the knowledge system. So my take is this is how it will be, because else it will be a hell number of people working in the back end, which will be very expensive. So there would be glitches in topics, but apart from that, this is how the answering style would go, and they would validate this only with like there would be an algorithm for content quality, but apart from that, most value would be given to the likes or interaction to that specific contribution, your contribution. So this is one thing which I wanted to comment before. And now, as Jasir asked, so now, are we allowed to take from ChatGPT or any AI tools? That's a very good question. Now we have to ask ourselves. Now, coming era, AI is going to like keep on improving. If you have used ChatGPT 4, you can see that you can put in the emotions what you need. So AI will keep on improving itself. The only thing is that yes, we are not actually using AI, we are using generative AI. So but as you can see, like what ChatGPT initial state, it was more to hallucination, but when you use ChatGPT 4, you can see the perfection of quality how it comes in. So I would like to tell, we all have to start adopting AI, and we have to start getting coaches now itself, so that the advantage is that if you have a AI coach, they will tell you how to improve your emotions. If you neglect AI, if you neglect things like ChatGPT and all, I think in the race it will be very tough for us to catch up. So it is more than that. It is how see, now in schools ChatGPT is banned. So now that comes as a again debatable thing for me, because I would teach them, improve them on prompting. Else, if you don't improve them on prompting, the challenges, they won't be able to cope up with that. So it helps. Now, my background again, an IT engineer, software engineer. So if I look at the things in one perspective, initially when I used to code, it was entirely different. So we had Dreamweaver coming up like in 2006 or somewhere around there. 2002 to 2006, Adobe, not even Adobe, Macromedia had Dreamweaver. So till that time, whatever code you were writing, it would auto generate for you. Now, if you look in, you had even Copilot happening few years back in GitHub. Any code would auto generate by itself. So now you give any bug to ChatGPT, which would have taken 2 3 days to solve. Sometimes some bugs, that instance of time you get. So now the productivity is spiking. So it is how you use the tool, basically. That's how. So rather than you need to study how to put emotions to your ChatGPT. That's my take on it.
It's true. It's all about leveraging technology. Sometimes it helps you, speak out. Like I've seen writers, like my sister's a writer, and she uses ChatGPT. She doesn't like it very much, but she uses it to, get that writer's block off, right? Starts with something, and then she can work on it. And like I've seen my, development team. Well, I'm a what I'm co-founder at BizTrip. So I've seen juniors use ChatGPT to solve issues, fix bugs very quickly, and was really amazed, which would have otherwise taken days. They were able to fix it in hours. So it's really amazing. But again, the question of ethics, like, are you going to are you like trying to convey your ideas that chat GPT is going to help you convey, or make up something, using AI to make up some answers that you're not genuinely, like, it's not yours. So that's the question. Shiju, what's your take on that?
I just wanted to take a quick moment because you guys are sharing such amazing information, and I wanted to say thank you. I am brand new to learning and finding my feet on being a top voice. I have a very loud voice, so I'm very good at talking. But I wanted to just say thank you. I am definitely going to be taking a moment, or taking a few hours, and diving deeper into ChatGPT. And I appreciate the information. Thank you so very much, Kabir. I hope I say that right. I've been watching you and your posts and the things that you've been interacting with for a month or so now, and I'm really glad I was able to jump on this call. Thank you so much for sharing this information. You guys are awesome.
Okay, I would like to present a contrarian view to this. Now, how to be a LinkedIn top voice. Now that you have spoken about the contribution ChatGPT is making to somebody being a top voice. This is what I think it was. So for quite some time, I've been an ardent follower of LinkedIn to the point that I work with some very senior members in LinkedIn. And one of the biggest challenges they ever had was the behavior patterns of individuals on LinkedIn. Unlike other social media, people were showcasing a lot of themselves in Instagram, Facebook. LinkedIn did not have too much data. Now, as recent as December 2022, when we had a conference with the CEO and the number 2 in LinkedIn, they said that 99.4% of the so-called CEOs did not make a value proposition on LinkedIn. And they said, you don't have competition on LinkedIn because we are dying for original content. Now, why are they dying for original content? Because they can't identify your user behavior. Now, it is no surprise that when you apply for a job, people start looking at your Twitters, Instagrams, but they didn't really have a way to verify what you are and what your skills are, what your competencies are. Now, you might have great competencies, but your behavior pattern comes to the fore when I notice that somebody has applied and 90% of their answers are ChatGPT generated. Now, what are we trying to tell about ourselves? We'll get the job done, but I don't care what the ethics mean, right? I might show up as somebody very intelligent, but my intelligence is borrowed. It's not mine. So I'm not saying there is absolutely right. There is no absolutes. There are no rights and wrongs, but you will project a certain image of yourself. Now, in the long run, that image counts. Your reputation matters. So, honesty is long-term greed. Remember that. I believe that. So I believe that I have to be extremely greedy and I have to be long-term greedy. So what do? I use ChatGPT. I'm not saying I'm not going to use it, but how do I use ChatGPT to answer these questions? Fundamentally, to get 60% there, identify perspectives that I don't have, and then probably from my experience, tweak it and then write it. So I haven't done too much of it, but I have done for myself rather, but I have a lot of these LinkedIn HNIs who get their work done through me, and then for them, it was very easy to get them. So fundamentally, understand your story. See, again, any social media is about being social. Social to the point that you share your lifetime experiences so that you enrich the community that lives on LinkedIn. Now, all you have to do is answer these questions, identify situations in your life that mattered, convert that into stories, because stories stick. Documentaries don't. So stories stick. Make those stories, put them there, and then get a genuine top voice recognition, and then it really counts. Like Shiju was telling us that how he could convert some of his visitors into clients. That matters, right? So unless you have a right story, it doesn't convert. I think that's my take.
Yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, there is that part, where when you should choose whether you want to, borrow, or like you said, borrow or be genuine. Um, so we have Ali Mohsen and Amin here, and we also have Umar Khayyam in the listeners. If you'd like to come up, see you're a top voice in recruiting. Please come, raise your hand and come up, and like to hear from you as well. So
Can I ask some
yeah,
question?
yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead. I mean, your views, please.
yeah. I'm Amin, a founder of No Time. Basically, we are helping students to get into professional jobs in the meantime of they are doing their colleges. Basically, I have a question. If anyone that who came late not know if they want to talk voice in LinkedIn, what are the set of rules that you can specify to tell them if you want to do get into the top voice, you have to do these things. What are the set of rules that you can specifically tell them? So some of these guys came late, right? If you want to specify, that will be great help.
Sure, I mean,
So, or sir, yeah, anyone.
this is something that you can do. Now, when you get into a job, right? So, what is it that you are trying to prove? That you can create voice, you can create and contribute value to the company. Correct? Now, as a student, what can you do? Say, if you are an engineer and you always look at a lot of algorithms like Gauss Seidel iteration, Jacobi iteration, and all that you study in first year of engineering. Now, if you can implement this on Excel or MATLAB or any of these softwares, trust me, you have a job, a very high-paying job in data analytics ready for you. Because in data analytics, we most of the companies use, a lot of hyped up Excel, nothing more. But if you can implement these in some of these big software, then you are there. Now, what does social media like? How to? If you can write, if one of the students can write a how to create a Jacobi iteration on Excel, use the same data and take it into say MATLAB, then you have a winner. And what does this student do in the course of his 4 years of education? He will stack up evidence on LinkedIn for the world to see. And when the world notices, the job does not happen from his college, but job happens from LinkedIn. And this is what I do for my senior level executives as well. So each post getting 60,000 to 2 lakh views, and they're always on the limelight. So can we get the students to do this? If you can manage, nothing like it, and you will never look for clients again. I mean,
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Sharif.
We have Ali here, Ali Mohsen. Your take. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Well, first of all, hello everyone. Hemant Jain, Shiju Roy, and Mr. Bailey. I am fascinated by the insights that you people have shared. I can see we share a common hobby of reading the algorithms and messing around with them and see how they behave. But please connect with me. Send me a connection invite. My pata some sort of there is a limitation of sending. Anyways, coming to the point, I'm just reading between the lines. I'm just reading your profiles and the question how to be a top voice. The question I'm asking myself, what the hell am I going to voice? If LinkedIn puts me on top, what the hell is my shout? What am I asking for? So look at Himans. He's offering something unique value. I help team deliver results. Now the this is called human intelligence. This is called human intelligence. Look at Shiju's building personal brand for founders and individuals. He knows his segments. The segment knows him. He's definitely going to become a top voice. So do you understand the point? So mine says entrepreneurship. It is very confusing. Basically, I do not want to be a top voice. This is not my purpose. My purpose is to start a new, a more effective startup ecosystem, especially in this Indo-Pak region, because There is so much potential here, and we are actually we are hiding we are hiding our purpose, our objectives behind our medals. So we love putting up CEO, CXO, and blah blah blah. So yes, that sounds very impressive. You know, the original purpose of LinkedIn was to get jobs. I am attending the audio cons. I do not see any such intent. The basic purpose of why LinkedIn was built has ended after these audio cons, and this has to evolve. So it is human intelligence versus artificial intelligence, and something beautiful is coming up. But referring to the book Seven Habits of Highly Effective Men, sorry, men, highly effective people, of course, there is you have to focus on your circle of concern, and
Yeah.
the best thing that
Ali,
you can
Ali,
do
Ali.
is be yourself and find a purpose and follow that. And this
Yes,
voice top
Ali.
voice thing would follow. That's
Yes,
all
Ali.
what I had.
Since we are ending like just 10 to 12 minutes, can I have the questions? Like we'll
No, it was
so
just a
that people.
comment. The question is, why are you not finding? My question is, why
Yes.
are you not finding the reason? What are we supposed to voice instead of asking the question,
So
how to
is
become the
your
top voice?
question? Is that a question? Like
Like,
Yes,
what
that is
are
a
we
question.
supposed to
The
voice?
interrogation mark at the end.
yeah.
Yeah, that,
So let's
and
yeah.
that's probably why LinkedIn opened up, this new thing of community top voices to voice different and let people voice that. Hemant, what do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole platform and the concept of top voices was uh, promoted so that people could express their expertise. Each one of us has a different expertise, and LinkedIn was always the platform for professional connections and to display your professional expertise, what you are achieving, what your credentials are, what your credibility is. And the LinkedIn top voice collaborative articles, all of these are again geared to highlight those things, and which is what is happening. Each one of us has got those uh, top voice labels in those different areas, which highlights our credibility in those areas. And hence, when we are interacting with other people, they recognize us as an authority in those particular areas. That's, I mean, it's pretty simple. And as Chaitanya also said a few minutes ago, if students start using it to create their own credibility in certain specific areas, LinkedIn becomes their CV, which is showcasing their work over a long period of time. It's not just 2 pages of credibility of a CV trying to establish credibility. It's a continuous stream of content generated and created over a longer period of time, which gives a more sense of consistent credibility. And that is what every organization is looking for. So, whether it is your client looking at you as a credible expert or an employer looking at a employee with a credible expertise, consistent credibility is what is going to be showcased via LinkedIn. That's my take.
That's right. We have Umar. Hey, I'm here. He's just he had dropped out. Umar, your insights, questions.
Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, I joined earlier a couple of times, and then I was having some issues with the microphone. Uh, I was just trying to add to your point about being authentic on LinkedIn. Recently, if you guys have noticed this change in LinkedIn algorithm that people were too much posting stuff which was not genuine, which was all copy paste, which was all like copyright stuff from other creators. And I found this change in the LinkedIn algorithm that LinkedIn has started punishing those posts by not giving them reach. There is a drop recently, which some of you might have noticed. Like, you might not be getting that reach which you were getting earlier, and I believe that is the reason of people were not being genuine. LinkedIn as a platform wants people
to come and enjoy and like every post that they see, uh, find every post they see relevant to their niche. So LinkedIn have kind of made it difficult now for the creators who are not being genuine, who are not giving the real value, not giving the unique value. So I've seen this positive change from LinkedIn recently, that if you're putting something which is your story, which is something coming from like your inside, and something which is really helping those who are in your network. So LinkedIn has started boosting those posts, and LinkedIn has started punishing those posts which are not genuine. This is one of the change I recently found out. I'm sure some of you who are very active on LinkedIn, I see Kabir is doing wonderful job. I used to get these notifications always about those these kind of audio events. So you guys are on LinkedIn for quite a long time now. You must have noticed this change, that this is something, a positive change recently we started seeing.
So I think this has been there for quite some time. If you had made more than 20 posts a month, LinkedIn always reduced your reach. But what now has happened is that every social media is getting stuck with so much content that they want to punish the freeloaders. So anybody who's making these nuisance posts and posts that are not related to your niche or your profession, the reach is going down, and you're getting punished, and your followers are getting kicked out. Yeah, that's I think that's a positive change. So at least we produce some genuine content, not produce something that is borrowed.
Right, right. Shiju, your take on that?
Absolutely, I agree. LinkedIn, I mean, the feeds were completely with ChatGPT stuff, to be very frank. Yeah, we can understand if it is a ChatGPT or a original narrative. And Ali Mosinji, I just wanted to add a couple of points in your take. Like, yes, it is true that we have to niche down our our area of expertise. But for students, that there are 40,000 plus skill sets that is available across LinkedIn. And as a student or as a employee, we can add up to 50 skills. But I can randomly go and add a couple of skill sets in my profile. But how do I validate that? Here, when we use the collaborative articles for that particular skill sets and showcase our expertise or our thought leadership on that particular skill sets, that gives us an authenticity or a validation saying that yes, we know about that skill sets, and that is going to be helpful for us.
Yes, true. That's
Yeah,
just
that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
right.
Thank you for.
We have Dinesh here. Dinesh, go ahead. Beatrice, sorry.
Oh, hi. Thank you. And all of the insight, appreciated such expertise. I did have a question on how to determine what stories to contribute, and what are some that are like unacceptable. Like if there's trauma, how do you pick which story to be authentic about? I'm wanting to create original posts, but just need what are tips for developing. I see a lot of slides that use AI and GPT, and so how do you determine what stories? Is it wrapped around your
Right.
your expertise or field of knowledge, or how do you approach that?
Yeah, Hamid, would you like to take that?
Definitely. So, Dietrich, it's, I mean, if you look at it, it's fairly simple. You need to decide what is the subject area you want to talk about. I mean, commonly used term is what is your niche, but I'll just be saying that what is the area where you want to create your credibility or build your image for? How do you want the world to see you? Once you have zeroed in on that, for example, you being a senior project management, if you want to create your credibility and establish your authority in the field of project management, start writing only on project management. Any other post, try and keep it to a bare minimum. I'm not preventing you or stopping you from doing that. You can still do that. But project management becomes the primary subject, or 80% of your writing on LinkedIn would be on project management. Very genuine, your experiences. That's the best thing. There is a lot of knowledge out there available. What you can bring, which is genuine and absolutely authoritative from your perspective, is your experience of what you see happening, how you are handling projects, how you are managing projects, what are the challenges, what are the new kind of challenges, and how you are overcoming them, what are observations you are making, which will help other upcoming project managers, and what is your view about program management. Now, program management is something which you don't have experience of. That is your next level of rise in your career, but you have perspectives about it, you have perceptions about it. You could possibly start writing about it, which also shows your growth mindset. Now, once you start doing this, at some point in time, LinkedIn will observe, notice, and recognize it and invite you to contribute to collaborative articles also. So that's the kind of thing which will happen. Maybe
Thank
hope
you.
I answered your question.
Yes.
Thank you. We just have like 3 minutes left. Let's start winding up. Thank you everyone for joining. Shiju, we just want to hear your parting thoughts.
Yeah, I just wanted to share, like, keep contributing and keep adding value, keep creating impact. That itself is the top voice.
Thank you so much, Shiju, for joining us. And Hemant.
Well, be absolutely genuine and share your own personal experiences and learning with people with the intent of helping them. That intent, if it is there, things will happen, and it takes time, but things will happen.
Thank you, Hemant. Angelica just joined. I think we might have time for one more question. Angelica.
My question is, what is the most popular subject that LinkedIn businesses are interested in?
Right. Shiji, would you like to take that?
Angelica, I would love you to repeat back. I mean, what businesses is LinkedIn?
What are the most popular subjects? Because I know that there's some. If you choose to be a top voice in something that is not really popular, then it's not going to work for whoever is top voice in that. So I wanted to see what are the popular LinkedIn subjects for top voice. I've seen leadership. I've seen personal branding. Things like that. Which are the top ones that you've seen?
Angelica, what I have experienced is like every topic or every niche has its own audience, a target set of audience, and every niche has equal opportunities as well. Say if there is a person who is really into data science or data analytics, if you look into the collaborative articles for data analytics, there are 2.2 million people who are following that. Same way in personal branding, there are a lot of other people. See, there are 960 million plus people or the audience in this particular platform. So everybody have different niche, everybody have different skill sets, and the more specific you are on your capabilities and your niche, that is definitely a profitable area or a segment that can lead you to be a top voice in that can help you.
Right. It's like what you want to project. Like which are the areas that you'd like you have areas that you talk about. Like what are the areas that you'd like to focus on, and if you go to those categories, you will find different topics to share your perspectives on. So that would be the starting point.
I will
Right.
just like to add something here. Angelica, if there is a topic which is not very popular, chances are there will be very, very few speakers or authoritarian voices in that area. If you actually speak in those areas, the recognition you will get is far higher as compared to a very popular area where hundreds of people are contributing. You will end up one in those hundreds. Think about it.
That's an interesting take. So we're we're past time, 1 minute late. Let me hand the mic back to Kabir.
I missed hearing from Hemant's parting thought.
I did say be genuine, absolutely genuine.
Okay. Thank you, Hemant. Thank you, Jasper. And thank you, Shiju, for being as speakers here. And all other who came up and spoke, Ali, Amin, Umar, Beatrice, Angelica, and Chaitanya. Thank you for coming up. And all the listeners down there, Cassandra, Harvey, Paddy, Semi, Alicia, Salman, Rahmatullah, Kishore, and Shiva Shankar. And I would like to thank all the volunteers who are helping me execute this. Amin, uh, Salman, and who all has not come here to make this event happen. A journey of 100 days can't be done alone. That's what I've understood. It's a great support from all the team members who are supporting me. And as you all know, we are running the Chuma Walk. That is a journey to 100 million, impacting 100 million startups and businesses. So if you want to be a part of it, do DM me and we'll add you to that community. And who would like to volunteer can put me a DM volunteer. So we'll get back to you. There are Zoom sessions going on for each country. Now around 40 countries we are adding to. So we'll add you to that. So apart from that, this is the dreamer here, dreaming high. So I would like to tell everyone, dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small so that you can master it, you can build a business around it, and you can build a discipline around it. So, Top Voice is a recognition, is a tool that you can reach to more clients. That's my take on it. So, the content creation, as everyone told, try to use the content creation, study content creation, and start using AI effectively. So if you are not, if you are just the beginner in prompts, you have to start building stronger prompt. So this is like how computers came. When computers came, it was tough for us to adopt. Same thing happens with prompting. So if you don't, if you see, it's not that easy for everything to be studied alone. So try to get a coach. That's one of my advice, so that you can convey your story very easily. All your emotions can be put into, but you need to study how the prompting has to work. Usually, 300 days of job now just finishes in a fraction of second or fraction of minute, and there is no reason that we all are left behind because of not adopting prompting. So that's one take which I would like to tell everyone. So as the student, I would like to tell Amin, since you guys are far ahead of us, because for us, if we look back, so I mean comes from my same college. So same thing, the years like 20 years back when I was in college, the things has changed. Now you have an entire different platform to work on. The introduction of AI, the introduction of online working, the introduction of working from home and working from where you want. Lot of things has changed in the years that came in. So whatever you like, I'm very happy. I think Amin left, but I'm very happy for him because he has a startup right from the school, right from the college. So that's one thing which we always dreamt of in our college days. Telling this, I would like to take a leave. from the 27th meeting which we are doing. So everyone who are coming here, we have 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. daily morning. We have a 1 hour routine which is happening. That is 10 minutes of silence and 20 minutes of habit building, and then a fitness workout of 20 to 25 minutes. And we have started on a 90 days challenge. So who hasn't been part of it, you can just put the 90 days challenge in the DM, or if you're in the communities, you must be following it. If you are not in the groups, you can just message there. The Volunteers will help you in it. So to end the meeting, I would like I always tell, dream big, aim high, start small, with lots of love. Signing off, PC Kabir.